traveling from all across Pakistan. Our Honorable uh, Chairman, Department of Geography, University of Punjab, Professor Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi Sahab, Conference Secretary, Mr. Abil Ahmed, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, Assalamu alaikum. We would like to start the day with the recitation of Holy Quran, for which I would like to call upon stage Ms. Ikra Shahzadi. Kindly please come and share the verses of Holy Quran with us.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم. هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على الأرض يعلم ما يلج في الأرض وما يخرج منها وما ينزل من السماء وما يعرج فيها وهو معكم أينما كنتم والله بما تعملون بصير. له ملك السماوات والأرض وإلى الله ترجع الأمور. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Glorifies Allah, whatever is in the heavens and the earth. And He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. His is the dominion of the heavens and the earth. He gives life and causes death, and He has power over all things. He is the first and the last, and the manifest and the intimate, and He is knower of all things. It is He who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, then ascended above the throne. He knows what goes into the earth and what comes out of it, and what comes down from the heaven and what goes up into it. And He is with you, whatever you may be. And Allah is pleased of what you do. His is the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and unto Allah all matters are brought back. صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah. I would like to call upon stage our distinguished guests to please come and take their seats on stage. Honorable Madam Dr. Shubhakta Nas, please kindly take a seat. President PGA, Professor Dr. Jameel Hassan Ghazi Sahab. Conference Convener, Professor Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi Sahab. In charge Geography Department, Dr. Aisha Faisal, please join the stage. Our most respectable Professor Dr. Atahur Rahman Sahab, please kindly come on stage. My name is Dr. Nosheen Madar, and I have been serving as a lecturer in Geography Department here in Lahore College Women University since 11 years. I am one of the proud executive members of PGA, and I'm happy to share with you that at least we have achieved one event during my tenure of this executive membership. Thanks to Dr. Shirazi, who has been kind enough to give us this initiative and boost our morale to go ahead and make an effort to organize this event in LCW. Again, it's my pleasure to welcome this beautiful galaxy of eminent geographers today in this beautiful auditorium, which is the auditorium in LCW. These geographers have basically gathered here to share their latest research with each other and basically strive for the development of this subject. Today, we are here to set some precedents, which we would be together making an effort to achieve till the next meeting of the PGA, inshallah. To organize the All Pakistan Geographical Conference in Lahore this year is a collaborative effort of Punjab University and Lahore College of the University with the funding of PHEC, of course. To host such an important event would not have been possible without the unwavering support of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Bushra Mirza, and the morale-boosting episodes given by our Dean, Faculty of Science and Technology, Professor Dr. Shubhakta Nas. We thank you, Madam. I would like to thank and acknowledge all the delegates and their support in coming over here from all over Pakistan and making this event a successful one. And I also appreciate all of my students in LCW and all the students in University of Punjab who have worked day and night for the betterment and for good arrangement of this event today. Thank you. Now I would like to call upon the podium our in charge, Dr. Aisha Faisal, to come and share a few words with us. Dr. Aisha.
Assalamualaikum. Respected Dean, Sciences and Technology, Dr. Shubhakta Nas, Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi, Chairman, Punjab University, PGA President, Dr. Jameel Hassan Ghazi, esteemed guests, respectable faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you at LCW Lahore for the second day of 16th All Pakistan Geographical Conference. It is a great honor for us. This conference is providing a platform to us and to our students to share knowledge and expertise of our guests, researchers, and teachers. I'm very happy to say that this is first time that Geography Department of Lahore College for Women University is organizing such an important event. And it could not have possible without support and facilitation of our worthy Vice Chancellor, Lahore College for Women University, Dr. Bushra Mirza, and of course, our respectable guest of honor, Dr. Shubhakta Nas. We are also grateful to Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi that he gave us the opportunity to hold this session at LCW Lahore. Of course, it will boost our development and build confidence in our department and in our students. Geography department at LCW is trying its best for the development of the subject in all aspects. It has arranged many events to highlight the importance of subjects and to build the confidence in students. Our graduates are our pride, who are not only gaining appreciation from the other universities, but also gaining top positions in other universities. In the last, I wish you happy and safe stay at LCW Lahore. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Aisha. Now, I would like to call upon podium Dean, Dean Faculty of Science and Technology, Professor Dr. Shagufta Nar. Madam, kindly share your worthy thoughts with us on the conference. Respected Professor Dr. Bushra Mirza, and she is not here, but I think she is online with us. Vice Chancellor of Lahore College for Women University, President Pakistan Geographical Association, Professor Dr. Jameel Hassan Kazmi, Vice President Professor Mushahid Anwar, General Secretary Dr. Gohar Ali Mazhar, and Joint Secretary Noor Hussain Chandiyu, and Chairman of Geography Department, Punjab University, Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi, and my very dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, faculty and staff, and my very, very dear students, Assalamu alaikum. It is a matter of great honor and pride for me to be addressing you on behalf of Lahore College for Women University. We welcome you all to the second day of 16th All Pakistan Geographical Conference 2021 here in ICRA Auditorium of Lahore College for Women University. Theme of this conference is globalization, environmental challenges, and changing paradigm of geography in Pakistan. The theme in itself is focused on the evolutionary nature of this subject. This year, in this conference, 71 papers on all different themes of geography are being presented in this national event. Major themes in these papers are focused on geography of health, environmental management, geopolitics, water resources management, emerging geography in Pakistan, biodiversity and sustainable ecosystems, climate change, and risk management, and traditional physical geography. The active participation of geographers across Pakistan and the diversity of their research proves the vigorous and innovative approach towards social environmental issues. I hope you will enjoy this opportunity. Thanks to all of you for your participation here in this auditorium. Thank you very much. Thank you, madam, for your beautiful words. Now I invite President, Pakistan Geographical Association, Professor Dr. Jameel Hassan Kazmi Sahab, to come and share a few words with us.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري وأحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. This is indeed a great pleasure for me that first time I visited this university, Lahore College of University, although virtually I've interacted with the students and teachers as well. The university, the landscape, the setting of the university is really extraordinary. And this is really a great event for all of us to share our experiences at this beautiful place. 16 All Pakistan Geographical Conference is a series that is initiated by our elders in 1960s. And alhamdulillah, although the situation is quite terrible in the context of COVID-19, and but alhamdulillah, we make it possible through the light of the day. I'm really grateful to the worthy Vice Chancellor of Lahore College University, the Dean Faculty of Social Sciences, the Chairperson of Department of Geography, the faculty, and the students for their overwhelming commitment for such a valuable conference for all Pakistani geographers. I would like to congratulate the management, the organization, and faculty for this wonderful event. Inshallah, looking forward to a better interaction with the Lahore College Women University. As inshallah, I'm going to deliver a lecture on March 26th on a webinar here, and inshallah, which shall continually support the very valuable cause of geography from this great university. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your appreciating words. I would like to call upon the podium now, conference convener, our mentor, Professor Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi Sahab, to please come and share a few words with us.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I would like to thank the Vice Chancellor, University of Lahore College for Women, University Lahore, the Dean, Faculty of Sciences and Technology, Professor Dr. Shagusta Naz, and the Faculty of Geography Department, Lahore College for Women University, for sharing our burden of holding this conference at Lahore College for Women University. This 16th All Pakistan Geographical Conference actually part of the Platinum Jubilee ceremonies of Geography Department, Punjab University, which was founded in 1944. Now, year 2019, we celebrated that year and we decided to hold a conference. This conference was supposed to be held last year during this month, and the dates were fixed, and suddenly some medical emergency, we are all aware of COVID-19, and we had to postpone that event. And this year, when we thought to retake this event, I asked my students, Dr. Aisha, Dr. Nausheen, and Seher, why not you share this event with us? They gladly accept that, and they discuss this matter with their administration. And we are here today on the second day of this 16th All Pakistan Geographical Conference. Now, this conference, as Professor Kazmi just shared with you, actually Pakistan Geographical Association was founded in 1948, and it was founded in Geography Department, Punjab University, under the eminent supervision of Professor Dr. Qazi Sayyid Ahmad. He is a renowned geographer of subcontinent and the founder of Geography Department, Punjab University. So, after its foundation, the basic purpose of that association was to disseminate geographical knowledge through various activities like conferences, seminars, excursions, publications. So, in order to continue that tradition, the Geography Department, Punjab University is holding this conference in collaboration with Lahore College of Women University, and this is 16 in number and 5th in Lahore. So Karachi already had the maximum conferences, 5, and now we are at par with Karachi city or the Department of Geography. We both hold 5 conferences each. Now I'm really happy to see the number of papers which were presented yesterday and which will be presented today. We have around 90 plus research articles which were submitted, 90 plus articles posted, and a part of it will be presented today in various parallel sessions. Now, it is very important for us to have academic collaboration. Lahore College for Women University is a prospering geography department. I'm really happy to see they have 3 of their faculty members, they are PhDs, and I'm happy to share that all 3 PhD faculty members have done their PhD under my supervision. and I'm sure under their leadership, all these three PhDs, this department will flourish, and we assure Geography Department, Lahore College of Women University for our all-out support in academics and in other matters of related to this department or related to this subject of geography. Now, I'm really happy to see the arrangements. I'm really impressed by the setup which they have prepared here, this hall, this screen. So I'm really impressed, and I always had this idea. I always had this idea. I know their administrative capabilities, their commitment to work, but today I have seen in practical that they have done very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your appreciation, Dr. Safdar Shirazi. Inshallah, we will continue to do it in future as well. Now, we would like to have a short souvenir distribution ceremony. For that, I would first like to invite Dr. Shagufta Naz, Dr. Kazmi, Dr. Atar Rahman, and Dr. Aisha Faisal to please come forward. First of all, we would like to provide a souvenir to Professor Dr. Jameel Hassan Kazmi, who is President of PGA. Sir, your unwavering support for the subject of geography is commendable. I would request Dr. Shagufta Naz to present the tokens of appreciation to Professor Kazmi, please. I would like to request Dr. Shakir Mahmood to please join us on stage as well. Secondly, I would like to request Dr. Shagufta Naz to present the shield and the bouquet. To the conference secretary, first to the conference convener, Professor Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi Sahab. Now the token of appreciation to conference secretary, Dr. Gauhar Ali Meher Sahab. Gauhar Ali Meher Sahab. PGA secretary. Gauhar Ali Meher Sahab चला रहे हैं? Now token of appreciation to Joint Secretary, Pakistan Geographical Association, Dr. Gauhar Ali Meher Sahab. Also, now a token of appreciation to Mr. Adil Ahmed, Conference Secretary. Kindly come on stage. Now a token of appreciation to Dr. Atar Rahman, Chairman, Department of Geography, University of Peshawar. Now, token of appreciation to Dr. Shakil Mahmood. We have special MOUs signed with GC University. We are sister and brother relationships. So we would like to acknowledge that on this platform. Now, I'd like to request Dr. Kazmi to please give a token of appreciation to our honorable dean, who is the guest of honor today, Professor Dr. Shagufta Naz. Madam, we always appreciate your efforts for our discipline. Now, I would request Dr. Shagufta Naz to please give a token of appreciation to Dr. Aisha Faisal, our respectable in charge, who will be the host of this event in LCWU today. Dr. Aisha Faisal. Now I will request my dean to present a token of appreciation to me, who is the coordinator of this event today, and I have worked really hard. And now I would like a token of appreciation to be given to the conference organizer, Dr. Sahar Zia. Dr. Sahar has worked at various platforms simultaneously. She has been dealing with all the studies material, this material that you're seeing over here. The student council is under her, so she's dealing with the students as well. Now I would like to request Dr. Shagufta Naz again to give a token of appreciation to Ms. Amna Afzal, who is a lecturer, and she has been working very hard for these arrangements today. Kindly a big round of applause. Last but not the least, a token of appreciation for our dear Miss Rehana Ghulam Meher Ali, who has been making efforts to make you enter the university swiftly. She has been dealing with the transport officer all the time. Thank you, Rehana. And she's the lady behind the arrangement of all the souvenirs today. Our supporting staff, we can never forget their efforts in the arrangement of this event. So I would like to call upon stage Ms. Khalida Rai to please come and take her token of appreciation for us. We are highly obliged for your efforts, madam. We would also like to appreciate the efforts of Mr. Asad and Mr. Arif, but we will be sharing our tokens of appreciation with them in the last session. So I would like to, our esteemed guests to take their seats once again. And now I would like to request Dr. Ataur Rahman to please come on stage and share his keynote talk on the topic of transboundary hydrology, climate change, and its impact on flood factors. Thank you. I would like to thank our state officer, LCW, Chief Ayasam, who has joined us. Thank you very much, sir, for your support. Now over to Dr. Ataur.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected Professor Dr. Shagufta Naz, Dean Faculty of Science and Technology, Lahore College for Women University, Professor Dr. Jameel Hassan Kazmi, President Pakistan Geographical Association, University of Karachi, Professor Dr. Safdar Ali Shirazi, host and chief organizer of the 16th All Pakistan Geographical Conference, my very respectable geographers from across the country, students of Geography Department representing all the 4 provinces, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. For today's presentation, I selected the topic as the transboundary hydrology, climate change, and its impacts on flood factors in the Kabul Swat floodplain, Pakistan. Transboundary hydrology we are sharing our water resources with our neighboring countries. We have treaty with India under the Indus Water Treaty, but treaty on the Kabul River system, which is one of the transboundary hydrology drainage pattern, and the drainage system which spread over 2 countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan, particularly the Hindu Kush mountain system, the northwestern part of Pakistan, is one of the challenging area for the geographers. That's why for this presentation, just to give you the fruit for thoughts and how the geographers can contribute to overcome such kind of and address such kind of issues. I'll start a little bit from the very basic. If you look into the water resources on the Earth's surface, what we call it the blue planet. We will be talking today particularly on the 2.5% of the water resources that represent the freshwater aquifers. But this is one of the major sources for running the hydrological cycle. And that hydrological cycle which renew the water resources, which give us the freshwater resources, which give us the distilled water, which give us the fresh resources. And if you look into 4.4 billion cubic kilometer water, it is quantified that it takes 40,000 years to renew each and every drop on the earth. It means water is one of the renewable resource, but Almighty Allah placed this huge treatment plant for us. We pollute water, but this treatment plant, they refine our water resources. So we will be talking about the excess of water in the form of heavy and torrential rainfall that ultimately leads to flood disaster. And we will be talking about the deficiency of water resources, which ultimately lead to another disaster, we call it drought. So two extremes are there. One is the flood disaster, another is the drought disaster. In between the two, I mean the balance, we call it a resource. So we will be discussing both the extremes, how the geographers can address both the extreme events, the flood disaster and the drought disaster, with special reference to the changing climate scenario, because it is intensifying day by day. In the past, battles were fought on expanding the territories, means the land resources. But nowadays, there is a black gold and atomic minerals conquering the reserves of atomic minerals and black golds. But the future is directly related to the attributed to the climate change scenario, means the deficiency of water or the hotter and drier periods, and likely the water for survival. Is a climate change can be defined as a significant and sustained change from one climatic condition to another climatic condition. It's not only the change in climatic scenario, but it has serious implication on the human ecosystem. It's climate change which put a greatest potential challenge to the global population at the beginning of the 21st century. Let me link the climate change and water. Climate change can be linked as, on the one hand, there is declining snowpacks. We have recently conducted a research work using the remotely sensed data on the Himalayas and Karakoram and Hindu Kush mountain areas. So the altitudinal variations of the snow-clad mountains, there is a recession, and the snow line altitude is gradually increasing. It means there is more melting of the snowpacks. And there is a serious threat to our water ecosystem in the future. There is another very challenging task, that is the retreating glaciers. Glaciers are retreating because of the global warming. And there is another very important challenge facing today the northern mountain systems of Pakistan, that is the GLOF event. What we call it, the glacial lake outburst floods. One of my research students carried out research in the northern mountains during past 20 years. Twofold increase has been recorded in the glacial lakes. Urban heat waves and urban heat islands, changing pattern of precipitation, flood and droughts. And ultimately, the evidence shows that we are entering a period of water scarcity. Understanding the link between climate change and extreme weather, one aspect you can see. Changes in extreme weather and climate events, one indicator is frequency. Or events occurring more often than in the past? The answer you will find yes. I will show you some slides which indicate the frequency of the hydrometeorological and weather events. There is intensity. Are events getting more severe and damaging? We will address this issue as well in the preceding part of the presentation. The third one, duration. Are events lasting longer than the norm? Means longer period of the drought situation, the flood period, extreme weather events. Timing. Are events occurring earlier or later in the season? So we will try to explore the answer of these questions. So you can see here 4 basic parameters are there, linking the climate change with extreme weather events. One is frequency, duration, and timing. If you look into the hydrometeorological and weather events that occur global level, you can see here right from 1980 to 2014, there is gradual rise and increase in the hydrometeorological and weather events. So this calls upon the geographers to work on this particular area, and mitigate and adaptation strategies need to be identified. I'm coming to the cross-boundary hydrology. This cross-boundary hydrology, it is also addressed by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. It is also addressed by the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. Particularly the priority number 1 and 2 of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction that address the cross-boundary hydrology. We have Indus Water Treaty, but I will highlight how far this particular Khyber River Basin, drainage basin needs to sign the treaty between Pakistan and Afghanistan, because millions of people depend on this water resources. It is also one of the right bank tributary of Indus River system. So you can see here, Pakistan is already there. You can see here, Pakistan boundary. The Hindu Kush mountain system. You can see the Kabul River. It takes its origin from the Kohe Baba, southwestern part of Kabul city, and it has 52% share of the total water resources found in the Kabul River. And the rest 48%, it comes from the Chitral River, which ultimately becomes part of the Kabul River. So Chitral River, it takes its origin from the Chiantar Glacier of the extreme northern mountains of Pakistan. So it joined the Kabul River near Jalalabad, and then it entered into Pakistan, where a multi-purpose dam has been constructed called as the Varsak Dam. Upstream Varsak Dam, half of the population depends on this Kabul River system, whereas downstream area, a beautiful and one of the dense populated valley of the Peshawar, it is also located in this area, where most of the population depends on this river system. So many dams recently constructed by Afghanistan, and the sponsor is from India. They are sponsoring this hydro purpose projects. When you construct a huge reservoir, there will be serious threat to the downstream population, because there will be a serious reduction of water. There will be diversion channels from the multi-purpose dams in order to irrigate the agricultural land. So obviously there will be shortage of water in downstream area. This is one of the challenging area. We have almost 50% share in this Chitral River, which join the Kabul River system. Means Pakistan has also share, but we do not have any treaty. They are continuously constructing new dams on this Kabul River system in Afghanistan. But we have only one reservoir, that is Varsak Dam, which is constructed back in 1961-62. So means, in order to cope with this challenging issue, we need to build new dams on the Kabul River, just upstream Kabul River, Varsak Dam. Similarly, we need to build more dams on Chitral River in Chitral district. So these are some of the areas which need to be addressed by the geographers. So you can see a long list of dams already being completed by the Afghanistan, and others are in pipeline. They are working on it. What are the recharging area of this Kabul River system? You can see here is Swat and Chitral River. So you can see column number 4, number of glaciers. Means 327 glaciers that feed the Swat River system, and then 542 glaciers that feed the Chitral River system. So you can see almost 1,000 glaciers, small and large glaciers that feed the Kabul River system. And below you can see some other drainage basin, which ultimately become part of the Kabul River system. It also feeds the Kabul River system. So you can see large number of glaciers, almost 1,600 total glaciers, small and large glaciers that feed the Kabul River system. Means if there is global warming, there is gradual retreat of these glaciers. So it poses a serious threat to our glaciers, which is also called as the water tower. If it melts up, obviously the result will be deficiency in water and shortage of water. And a large number of population depend on this water system. So these are some of the challenges which is exacerbated by the climate change scenario. So one of my students already carried out, Dr. Dawood carried out research on this Kabul River drainage basin. So you can see here the variation in temperature. So you can see marked variation in temperature is there. The winter period is there, the summer is there, autumn is there, spring is there. And because of this temperature variation, we have snowpack which melts, and then the glacier. You can see another aspect. We are linking this with the rainfall scenario, means the precipitation events. You can see here on the one side, you can see the 4 seasons and the amount of rainfall received. So you can see the summer season received maximum rainfall from the monsoon, while the western part of this region, it received most of its rainfall from the western disturbances. But KP is one of the regions western disturbances and the monsoon region. So this is some of the distribution and the changing scenario of the rainfall events in the area. Overall in the country, there is rising trend in temperature and rising trend in the mean annual precipitation in the country. The snowfall and snowfall coverage in the northern mountain system of Pakistan. You can see the gradual decrease, you can see the graph. There is gradual decrease, almost gradual decrease in reduction of snowpack and the snow cover area. If you look into the climate change events, how many events occurred during past 20 years? I have attributed, like for example, ever highest and lowest temperature, heaviest rainfall and flooding is recorded in the country. Ever highest temperature recorded in Pakistan. It Mohenjo-daro is 53.5 degrees Celsius. And then the hottest temperature recorded in Pakistan is also the highest in Asia as well. The highest temperature means intensity, if you look into the high intensity, 620 millimeter rainfall it is recorded in 10 hours in Islamabad on 23rd July 2001. Means it is an indication of high intensity in the weather events. Then the heaviest rainfall in Islamabad in past 100 years is another record. Let me quote some of the events that hit our country during past 2 decades. It was the drought period which started in 1997 and it ended in 2005. The entire country, it came under the influence of this drought events. So if you look into this drought period, it paralyzed the economy of the country. Then it was not an end of the story. Rather, parallel to that, in 1999, a cyclone 2A making a landfill near Karachi with an intensity category 3 hurricane that hit the Karachi and surrounding areas. Then in 2001, I'm going in order. 2001 tornado hit village Chak Misra, Soan Valley. And you can see here 10 people were died during that particular event. I'm attributing all this with the changing climate scenario. Then there was a dust storm hitting the country and the bordering country on June 9, 2003. Then in 2005, from 1997 to 2005, there was a drought period. But during winter period, the northern mountains received plenty of snowfall. And a statement was issued by Dr. Kamruzaman, the then Director General of the Pakistan Meteorology Department, कि अब पाकिस्तान में खुशहाली आएगी. Because we received plenty of snowfall, which later on become part of the runoff. But what happened? After heavy snowfall, there was excessive high temperature it was recorded. And this snow, it was melted very rapidly. And because of this heavy snow melting, together by monsoonal rainfall, it triggered the country and took the country into torrential and heavy flood events. So instead of resources, this is converted into a disaster. So it was in 2005, my two students, they worked on the snowfall hazard in the Himalayan region. Then in 2007, you can see the heat wave that hit the country and the border country of India. Then in 2007, you can see cyclone Yemen. 730 people that lost their lives in June 2007 because of the cyclone Yemen. My focus is particularly on this event. I'm attributing the 2010 flood to this particular event. You can see here a heat wave that south central part of the country, it was hit. You can see here, the south central part of the country received the ever highest temperature, 53.5 degrees Celsius. And it is the highest temperature ever recorded in the South Asia. Then 50 degrees Celsius temperature, it was also crossed in 2010. It's so many met stations. You can see here a long list of meteorological stations where more than 50 degrees Celsius temperature crossed. So things are going towards the more hotter climate. In 2010, you can see here June 6, 2010, there was a cyclone Fitch that, taking its origin from the Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, passes through Eastern Africa, and then finally it entered into Pakistan and then India. What happened because of following this cyclone Fitch? Karachi and surrounding area received plenty of rainfall, followed by the interior of the country. The northwestern part of the country has also received plenty of rainfall. Only in 4 days. In 4 days, you can see here all these stations, they have recorded more than 200 millimeter rainfall in 4 days. And this was also one of the major triggering factors behind the excessive flood events in Pakistan during 2010. Then you can see here the fog. India and Pakistan, you can see the fog event. Then heavy snowfall. Another extreme weather event, it is recorded. More severe and heavy and intense snowfall, it is recorded in these areas. You can see here. All these meteorological stations, you can see here, heaviest rainfall and heavy snowfall, it was recorded. You can see in the picture, Ali Asghar Sheikh, he was assistant professor in Department of Social Work. There was a mini tornado that hit Peshawar region. And one of the effective, out of 20 death casualties, one of them was Ali Asghar Sheikh. You can see his damaged car. Then Pakistan Meteorology Department recently identified that there is shift of monsoon, longitudinal shift, 100 kilometers from east to west. You can see here 3 major weather systems that merge over here. And you can see here, this was the major triggering factor. You can see here heavy rainfall. And it was followed by this event. Heavy rainfall. Let me share with you some important record of 1929 to 2010. This is the discharge recorded, the first gust, recorded Munda Headworth. During past 80 years, several times higher than the past events, it is recorded. Then you can see Kabul River and the Kabul River at Nowshera. You can see here, these are some of the pictures showing even higher than the guarding station, the flood level. It was the map showing the distribution of inundated areas and the settlements, the Modi satellite image. One of my students recently carried out the flood risk assessment in this particular region of the Peshawar Valley. I will show you based on the return period using the Hecla-Duras modeling technique. These were some of the parameters he has used. This is the 50 years return period for a small span of 40 kilometer area. This is the flood return period you can see here. This is the 80 years return period. This is the 100 years return period. And this is 120 years return period. We were asked by the housing society that we want to purchase area in this particular area, please tell us some feasibility about the flood events, whether the return period is high or low. So based on that event, we have calculated these events and some hazard maps were developed based on these models. I'm trying to conclude it in few slides. So look into these events. We are trying to establish one lab at the Department of Geography, University of Peshawar, and that is the Hydromet and Climate Change Research Lab. What to address? These are some of the key tasks which will be carried out here. Then we will particularly focus on the hydrological events, the meteorological events, and the climatic events in this lab. We already talked with the provincial government. They will establish one radar station, weather radar station, to quantify the extreme weather events. And that radar will be established at Department of Geography, University of Peshawar, especially for the academic purpose. So we will gather the data, and the same data will be shared with the community as well as with the Pakistan Meteorology Department. So how it will work? So how it will work? You can see here the different catchment areas and the sensor-based gauging station over the river system. So this is the overall network of that lab, you can see here. So what we are going to establish in order to address these challenges of the climate change, we are going to establish some of the labs at the Department of Geography. One is the digital cartography lab, digital compact weather station, already purchased by the University of Peshawar. Virtual satellite data receiving station, already we are going to sign with the Chinese Academy of Sciences. They will establish here a virtual satellite data receiving station, and it will be used entirely for academic purpose. Almost 21 Chinese satellites data will be received with this virtual satellite receiving station, inshallah. There is another digital land survey lab, Doppler weather radar station, postdoc programs, and the Alumni Association activation and Khyber Geographical Society. Pakistan Journal of Geography, we are going to reactivate this Journal of Geography in order to address the issues related to the geography discipline. Student Counseling Corner, we have already inaugurated this corner in order to provide student counseling at the scope of the geography discipline to our young graduates, which is particularly the consuming area for the geographers. Then the career opportunity bench. And then you can see here the career opportunity bench, so that to attract the geographers and the graduates, that these are our areas where you can be consumed as a professional geographer. Then digital library corner, so that our students should have an access to the digital library access as well. Financial and revenue generation, we are generating our own resources. We have very little reliance on the University of Peshawar. We are generating our own resources. You can see here, organizing some events, and inshallah, at the end of March, we are organizing the training workshop and one conference in the Balagali Summer Campus in June this year, inshallah. Beautiful Balagali Summer Campus. You all are requested to send participation. So we are already working with the UNESCO and some of the organizations. You can see some of the training projects it was arranged, and similarly the reports it was compiled by the University of Peshawar. We worked with the UNESCO on this project. And then finally the conclusion, this is the last slide. So we can link water demand is increasing, diversity in rainfall leading to the flood and drought event. And we are also posing a threat of the depletion of the groundwater aquifers and resources and water pollution. I think you will love this slide. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman, for your extremely knowledgeable keynote speech. Uh, Okay, now I would like to call upon stage all the esteemed and worthy guests, including our Dean, Professor Dr. Shagufta Nahar, Dr. Shirazi, Dr. Kazmi, all the respected faculty members who have traveled from different parts of the country to join us on stage, along with the council of students from Geography Department and the students from Punjab University who have been working very hard for this conference, for a group photo, and after that we will be proceeding for tea. Kindly come on stage, please. I request the photographers to please be lined up. In the center, the esteemed guests, then the faculty from different institutes can stand, and the students can sit on the stairs. Kindly keep your masks on, only lower them down when the click is about to be made.